Welcome, and today we are going to explore a fascinating aspect of well-being that affects all of us. The profound connection between our emotional health and sleep. Hello, I'm Neerja. As someone who has worked with countless individuals on their wellness journeys, I have seen firsthand how our emotional state can make or break our sleep quality. I'm sure you would have had at least one such experience in your own life or know someone who had the experience of emotions affecting sleep. You know those nights when your mind just won't quiet down, when yesterday's worries or tomorrow's challenges keep playing on repeat. Well, there's actually ancient wisdom that explains exactly why this happens and, more importantly, how we can fix it. In Ayurveda, the ancient science of life, we don't just look at sleep as a physical process. Instead, we see it as a dance between mind, body, and spirit. Think of it like a three-legged stool. When one leg is wobbly, the whole thing becomes unstable. That's exactly how our emotional health affects our sleep. Let me introduce you to a fascinating concept from Ayurveda, the three Gunas. These are the qualities that govern our mental state, and understanding them is like having a map to navigate your emotional landscape. We have Sattva, which represents clarity and calm, Rajas, which brings activity and restlessness, and Tamas, which relates to inertia and dullness. Imagine your mind as a lake. When Sattva predominates, the lake is crystal clear and perfectly still, ideal for peaceful sleep. When Rajas takes over, it's like having a constant ripples disturbing the surface. This is when you might experience racing thoughts or anxiety at bedtime. And when tamas dominates, it's like having murky, stagnant water, leading to feelings of heaviness and oversleeping. Now, let's talk about how different emotional states affect our sleep. Have you ever noticed how anxiety seems to have a direct line to your sleep switch? That's Rajas at work. When we are anxious or stressed, our minds become like a browser with too many tabs open, if I can take that analogy, each one demanding attention, just as we are trying to wind down. Depression and sadness, on the other hand, bring in tamas or tamasic energy. It's like wearing a heavy emotional blanket that can make you feel exhausted even after sleeping for hours. This is why people experiencing depression might find themselves sleeping too much but still feeling tired. Then there is anger and frustration. These emotions are like having an internal heater running over time. They create what we call in Ayurveda as a pitta imbalance, literally heating up your body and mind, making it difficult to settle into cool, peaceful sleep. And let's not forget about grief and loneliness. These emotions tend to increase vata, the air element, space and air element in our body. It's like having an internal wind that keeps stirring things up, leading to that familiar feeling of being tired but wired up. But here is the good news. Ayurveda offers us practical, natural solutions to balance these emotional states and improve our sleep. Let me share some powerful practices that you can start implementing probably from today. So first, let's talk about daily practices, or what we call dinacharya. Think of these as anchors that keep your emotional ship steady throughout the day. Starting your morning routine with even just 5 minutes of meditation can set a completely different tone for your day. It's like tuning your instrument before playing a concert. Everything that follows becomes more harmonious. One of my favorite recommendations is self-massage, or abhyanga as we call. Using warm oil to massage your body isn't just physically soothing, it's emotionally nurturing too. It's like giving yourself a daily dose of loving attention. Black seed cold pressed sesame oil is particularly grounding for those feeling anxious or unsteady, while coconut oil is perfect for cooling down emotional heat. Breathing exercises or pranayama are another powerful tool. They are like having an emotional reset button at your fingertips. Try this simple practice. Breathing for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and exhale for a count of 8. This naturally calms your nervous system and helps transition your mind from day to night. Or try Brahmari Pranayam for calming down your mind. Now, let's talk about some natural friends in our search for emotional balance and better sleep. Ayurvedic herbs. These aren't just substances, they are nature's wisdom in plant form. Ashwagandha, for example, is like a gentle but powerful emotional stabilizer. It is an adaptogen. It helps your body adapt to stress while promoting deep, restful sleep when taken at night. Though I know that taken in the morning, it brings more energy. Brahmi is another herb that I often recommend. Think of Brahmi as having a wise friend who helps you gain perspective on your emotional challenges. Chamomile and tulsi, or holy basil, are also wonderful herbs. They are like a warm hug for your nervous system, if I can say. Let's explore the power of meditation and mindfulness, specifically for emotional balance. You don't need to sit for hours in lotus position. Even simple mindfulness practices can make a huge difference. One technique I love teaching is what you can think of as the emotional weather report. Just like you would check the weather before going out, take a moment to check in with your emotional state throughout the day. Yoga Nidra, or yogic sleep, is another powerful practice for emotional balance. It's like taking your mind and body through a deep cleaning cycle, releasing accumulated tensions and emotional residue. Even 15 to 20 minutes of Yoga Nidra can feel as refreshing as a few hours of regular sleep. Creating the right environment for sleep is crucial when we are working with emotional balance. Your bedroom should be your sanctuary, a place where emotions can settle and peace can prevail. Consider using calming essential oils like lavender or jasmine or sandalwood. They are like aromatherapy messengers, sending signals to your brain that it is time to relax and let go. Here's something many people don't realize or don't think much about. Blue light from our screens doesn't just affect our physical ability to sleep, it impacts our emotional state too. That's why we recommend disconnecting from screens at least 30 minutes, preferably 60, before bed. Use this time for gentle reflection, perhaps writing in a journal or practicing gratitude. Maintaining a consistent sleep schedule is like having an emotional anchor. When you go to bed and wake up at the same time each day, you are not just training your body, you are creating emotional stability too. Your body clock and your emotional rhythms are intimately connected. And as we wrap up, remember this: emotional health and sleep quality are two sides of the same coin. When we nurture one, we automatically support the other. So start small, perhaps with just one practice that resonates with you. Notice how your emotional landscape shifts, how your sleep deepens, and how your overall well-being improves. The beauty of Ayurveda lies in its understanding that we are all unique. What soothes one person's emotional world might stimulate another one's. Listen to your body, trust your intuition, and be patient with yourself as you explore these practices. So thank you for joining me on this exploration of emotional health and sleep. Remember, every step you take towards emotional balance is a step towards better sleep and overall wellness. So sweet dreams, and may you find the perfect balance that brings both emotional peace and restful sleep.